Hello, both sides of the conversation family. We welcome you to this virtual space crafted especially for you. My name is Jada Curry, and I'm both sides of the conversation's marketing director and graphics design specialist. I want to take some time to ground us all as a community into this space we are about to open up in, so let's go through our community standards. Both sides of the conversation is providing a safe and honest space for open conversation, so we ask that you all be respectful of that. We also ask that you be respectful of each panelist, host, and participant. We do encourage healthy debates and conversations. Don't personalize anything with anyone. This includes name-calling, bullying, trolling, or shaming. This will not be allowed or tolerated. Your perspective is yours. It is not a prescription. You do not have to agree, but show respect. These community standards apply to all of our live shows and any virtual spaces that we hold on social media, including YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We want to make sure that we are caring for each other as a community. This is our priority in all of our endeavors as both sides of the conversation. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's show and continue to stay in touch with us via YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or all of them. All right, thank you for listening and see you soon.
Welcome, everybody, to Both Sides of the Conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Tuesday, so you know what that means? It's another Hidden Gem show. Y'all know, or maybe you don't know. Maybe you're just watching for the first time, but every Tuesday, we are here at 7 p.m., okay, where we highlight our Black and brown businesses, community leaders that are doing phenomenal things to impact community, all right? We are also uplifting our community, amplifying the voice, letting people know what's going on. There's some folks that's doing some amazing things. All of our businesses out here, it's just great. But again, we are here every Tuesday for our Hidden Gem segment. I'm always excited with this segment because all during the week, there's just stuff going on, bad news, sad news, things happening, people depressed, things happening. But on Tuesday, I'm excited because it's positive people, it's business owners, it's economic growth happening in our community, and I like to be with the people. And these positive vibes that I get, I just love. But today, I'm back. My co-host is here. I'm excited. Pretty Tony, welcome back. Say hello to the people.
What's up, John Henry? What's up, community? I'm so happy to be in community, back into this space. It's November 1st. It's a new month. So y'all know what that means. You can start something new. You got 30 days to create a habit and to break a habit, whatever it is that you need to break off. I encourage you to do it. We only got 2 more months left of this year, and I know you guys can do it. Like John said, it's Tuesday. We get to do our hidden gems, and I'm excited because I have a friend on here tonight, and I'm excited to see what she's all about, as well as our other hidden gems, and be in community. What's up, John Henry?
Man, I'm sad a little bit, okay, Tony? I'm a little bit. Y'all see me wiping my face? I have my sign out there today, okay? I sat among the homeless people today, okay? I've been asking for money, okay? I need help. Our organization is still in building capacity, okay? I have my sign out there. And let me tell you what they did to me today, Pretty Tony. People threw their sodas at me. They threw their buns at me. They leftover lunch. They said, get that both sides of the conversation hat out the middle of the street. I'm saying, put some money in the hat. Help us out. We support the youth. Our youth need some help. Okay, I've been going around crying everywhere I go. I've been in meetings all day asking people, I need some money. I need some help. Okay, we're going through some things. We need some help over here. All right, community.
Well, y'all hear? Well, you know we love you. We love you here. So you got some love out here in the community. You might have a little bit of haters, but don't worry about it. Keep it sending.
They can't stop me. I'm not executive director. I'm gonna get out in the streets with my people. Okay, and I'm gonna ask, can you lend me $1? Okay, I'm gonna pass the hat around. Y'all been asking for the bishop to leave a benediction. Okay, I'm passing the plate around to help my community and my people. Let's get it right, people. Help the people who need help. That's helping other people. But again, this is our Hidden Gem show, and I'm excited. And we're going to get through tonight's segment. We have a few phenomenal gems, And I know we having Wi-Fi issues with one of our gyms, but we'll see. We'll pull through and get through this. But we'll get started, community. Again, thank you for all of the phenomenal folks that came out over the past weekend to all these community events that continue to impact our community. I know it is challenging times, okay, as the increase of the cost of living is continuing to impact us, okay, as inflation is going up. I know the cost of the grocery store. Let me tell you, I went to the grocery store, I started to cry. I said, oh my goodness, this can't be true. I only got 5 items in here. How can it be $200? All right, so the cost of everything is going up. The gas is going up. Okay, our communities are being impacted severely right now. Okay, this is real. These interest rates is real. There has been a lot of job loss. Okay, I'm looking at the numbers. People are emailing me that normally don't email me. Friends, family members are being laid off. All right, community, we got to come together and help support our community over this holiday season. Okay, the last thing we need is the increase of suicide, domestic violence, people stressed out. Okay, some of these people are single family, raising their families, and they're the power, the breadwinner. Okay, they lose that income. It can be very stressful. So all of our community organizations, folks who have resources, please be available to our community this holiday season. Let's make sure that our young folks, even though families are losing their jobs and different things are happening, they are there. We are there to support them, to make sure that our young folks still get gifts in the spirit of the holiday. We're going to be doing our part. We are working with a number of organizations. We're going to be blessing some people, okay? We're going to be helping those families out, and we're looking forward to that. We got a number of community partners that are on board, and they say, hey, we just want to bless some of our people this holiday season. But again, if that is you out there, okay, we are getting close to Thanksgiving. Food is being a scarcity for some folks. Let's do our part. Let's try to give back. Let's show some love to some other people. Let's be thankful if we still have a job. We still have an opportunity. Let's bless somebody else. And here at both sides of the conversation, we will be blessing the people, okay? Y'all will see us out there making impact, feeding people, doing all of the things that we do. And again, it's nothing can be done without my amazing both sides of the conversation team. So I want to give them a huge shout out, okay? For the community that don't know, we have some phenomenal people behind the scenes that give up their time, their heart to the community. And I always want to acknowledge and uplift them because none of this happens without them. I'm just the face. I'm just the ugly bald head face that y'all see out there in the community. They are the real champions. They are the real heroes of the community because they work tirelessly day and night to make sure that our community has the resources, the information, the education, the opportunity, the events, making sure that our community is moving. So thank you to our both sides of the conversation team, our board, all of our folks in here that are just doing things to push us forward. So thank you all. And thank you to all of our community partners and sponsors who continue to make sure the things that we need here at both sides of the conversation we get. Even when we don't get it, they still support us. So thank you all. With that being said, we're going to jump into today's news, events, and we're going to get started and bring up these phenomenal gems for tonight. With that being said, community, I know y'all heard today's sad news. Takeoff of the Migos. The rapper was shot dead today. He was 28 years old in Houston, Texas. Pretty sad news to just continue to see violence, okay, impacting our community. Our condolences and prayers go out to his family, to all of his loved ones. It is just terrible. This rap culture is being impacted daily. And again, I know our young people look up to a lot of these artists and these rappers. But again, community, the real question is, what do we do as we make it, as we get successful? Why are we putting ourselves in harm's ways? Why are we doing the things that we're doing? But it's unfortunate. It's very tragic. Again, gun violence continue to plague the Black community every day. And again, just sad news to put out there. So to all of the friends and families and the people that's in the music industry, another talent is lost in our community behind stupidity, senseless gun violence. And again, we're going to continue to do our part here at both sides of the conversation as we continue to be involved with violence prevention and doing some of the things that we're trying to do to impact our young people. Again, tragic news. This is happening way too much in our community. We have to stop it. And it's going to take all of us to work together to put an end to this. So our condolences to his family. Also, there was a major shooting on Halloween. 14 folks wounded in Chicago, North Garfield area. People, young adults in their 30s, 40s, even a couple of 50-year-old folks were shot at this event. Again, gun violence ripping through our communities, tearing it apart. We got to find a way to deal with our anger, our fear, our pain. But sad information to give out. Folks can't even go out and celebrate, enjoy the Halloween without these type of events taking place. Just terrible. And we're going to continue to work with our communities. We got to do better community. We got to hold each other accountable. And we got to do something about this violence in our community. We're losing too many folks. This violence not only impacts the victims, the families, the trauma. It's just so many things that comes with this, and we gotta make a change to better our community. Also, Nancy Pelosi husband attacker, the suspect David DePape, was arraigned today in San Francisco court. It's just sad news. What happened again, as I said the other day, it is very despicable. Okay, this is why we have both sides of the conversation. I know there's some people who are politically left, politically right. Okay, whenever your views politically become to the point where they're extreme, where you feel you want to cause harm or prevent or provoke violence on someone, is very sad and hardening. We got to have some conversations. No matter what is going on in the political arena, we cannot let our emotions and our political views take us to do violence and harm against somebody else, not only just for our elected officials, for our community leaders, for our community organizers. We have to do a better job, community. And again, I know we don't agree on all political views, and I understand we don't agree on all things across the aisle, but we cannot allow our views and our points turn violent in any kind of way. So again, prayers to their family. And again, it doesn't matter, do you like them or not? It's about somebody was harmed behind some extreme beliefs that we have to change in our community. And, it's just sad. So we'll continue to uplift and let community know as things continue to happen in that court hearing. Again, tragic news. It is sad that we can't even have a voice or have our opinions without somebody feeling that they're going to do something. And I've had my share of death threats and things here at both sides of the conversation. A lot of folks do not like to see Black folks organizing. A lot of people don't like Black folks coming together, talking the truth. But again, I'm for all the smoke, okay? I'm for all the smoke. And I'm going to live and die for my people every day, okay? I'm going to tell y'all now, I'm going to live and die for my people, all right? But with that being said, we're going to jump into our community events, and we'll start pulling them out as we get through there. First off, we have the Knowledge is Power, the Black Breast Cancer Experience. This event is free. It is a virtual event. It is happening Thursday, November the 3rd. For more information, check out the information on the bottom of the screen. We just had a powerful conversation this past Sunday. Women, men in the community, please go get tested. Breast cancer is real. It has taken a lot of people's lives in our community. If you didn't hear the Sunday conversation, go back and listen. Very, very powerful stories. Some folks who've been through some things. Don't let that be you. Don't be the person that sit back and wait. Go out there and get tested. And this is a great event. Virtually, you'll get a lot of information, but we definitely want to move our community forward in action. The call to action is go get tested, go get screened. Y'all heard them many times on our Sunday conversation talking about the importance of early detection. So please, community, do your part. Go get seen. There's a lot of free resources. If you don't have medical coverage, there are places that will do it for free. And again, those programs will be giving out that information as well. Also, the 4th annual Confident Catwalk is happening Saturday, November the 12th, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to be at 1503 McDonald Ave in Richmond, California. If that is you, you need some confidence. Maybe you want to go see what's going on. Go check out that event. It should be an amazing event. Shout out to our folks in Richmond that's connected with us. We're trying to connect.
And I will be emceeing that, community. I will be holding the mic. Pretty Tony will be holding it down. So come through. We all about empowering women. It's going to be a phenomenal event. This will be my 2nd year hosting, so I would love to see you guys in the building. Get your tickets. Get your tickets.
Definitely, community, pull up. Like I said, y'all just see Pretty Tony here. Go check her out in person. She is a phenomenal talent. Not only a model, not only an actress, not only she does everything. Just go check her out. She is very, very powerful. And thank you, Tony. We'll be out there to help support that event. So, ladies, go out there and build some confidence. Go see Pretty Tony. Check her out. See some of the stuff that she's doing. But that should be a great event for our community. Also, job fair. As we just talked about, a lot of people losing their job. There are some jobs coming. Okay, there's a job fair happening Wednesday, November the 16th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's going to be at the San Francisco Public Library, okay, 100 Larkin Street. Go there, get your resume ready, put a suit on, put your business gowns on. Get out there and go network. There's some opportunities come out. Folks are looking to hire some people. Please go out there and try to find a job. There is some opportunities. We're going to continue to share that information as well on our website, our newsletter, as there are more employers reaching out to us. For y'all that think that folks ain't hearing us, they like, yeah, we want to hire some black folks. John Henry, send this out there. Make sure we get some black folks to apply. All right. So y'all go out there and check out. There's some jobs coming up. You might be able to get blessed with a job. Go check out and see what they got going on at the job fair. Also, 100% College Prep 2023 HBCU College Tour is coming up. They're having their informational meeting, which is happening Thursday, November the 17th at 6 p.m. It's going to be in person and virtual. It is going to be in person at 1201 Mendale Street in San Francisco. And the Zoom information is on the screen. We'll get that out to community as well. It's a great event. Shout out to Diane Gray. Shout out to all of the 100% College Prep folks for continuing to make sure that our young black students get an opportunity to go check out historical black colleges and making sure they get an opportunity to see what's going on so they can choose where they want to go to get their education. Also, we're calling our gamers, okay? All our young people out there who like to play PlayStation. They're going to have a PlayStation Xbox game tournament that is happening Friday, November the 18th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's going to be at San Francisco City Hall. Right at the front steps. The information is on the screen. Shout out to Keish Cares, okay? That's my sister. She's doing some phenomenal things. This is another violence prevention event, okay? We are trying to get young people to come together from different parts of the city. Go to this tournament. They're going to have prizes. They're going to be having food, different things. It's going to be a great event. Get out there and check it out. Friday, November the 18th. If you have nothing going on, or maybe you're a parent with your young folks, take them down there. Let them be a part. These young people, they love video games. Let them go down there and compete and have a good time with all other gamers. All right. Field collection and writing by authors is happening for ages 8 through 18. It's going to be happening Wednesday, December the 7th at the City Assessor Office from 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Please make sure y'all young folks in the community who like to write, get out there and check out what's going on with that event. Also, our high school test prep class is still happening to all the 7th and 8th graders. Parents, get your young people in there so that they can get prepared for the HSPT exam that's going on. The classes started in October. They are still taking people. Please make sure your young people are ready to get in and test for these new high school requirements. Also, the monkeypox MPX vaccine is available every Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at 701 Alabama Street. If you need to get a vaccination for the monkeypox, please get out there. They are out there every Thursday. There's no excuses. Go out there, get a free vaccination from the community, all right? Also, the Peace Park is presenting their Friday Night Fun every Friday night at 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Hamilton Rec Center, 1600 Gary Boulevard. For all the folks who want to know where it's at, 1600 Gary Boulevard. Go out there every Friday night. Teenage folk, they're doing haircuts, events for the young people. We're trying to get our young people off the streets on Friday nights. Take your young people. There's going to be a lot of other young kids in there. Go get a haircut. Go see some of the things they're going to have. They got food, different events going on, dominoes, books, movies, all kind of stuff. Get our young people off the streets. Take them every Friday night, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Hamilton Rec Center in San Francisco. Also, the Saturday Family Fun Day is still happening. They're doing field trips, sporting events, and much more every second and fourth Saturday. Reach out to my guy, Nate Ford at SF Rebels. His information is up there on the screen. They are blessing the young folks, blessing families, making sure that they get out and get to do something in community. We know the holiday season is coming up. The winter months is coming. Kids are going to be out of school. Great to see Nate putting this together to make sure that our families and our young folks have something to do during the winter holidays. Also, the 33rd annual Pee Wee Basketball League is happening. They are still registering for folks in that. Also, they are looking for coaches, young brothers and sisters out there. If you want to be a coach, you want to lead and impact some young people, please reach out to the Rebels. They are looking for coaches, some great to be a part of, teach the kids some basketball skills, go to some games, and impact those families. Great stuff. Shout out to the Rebels. All right, SF Smart Money Coaching is happening. Free confidential financial coaching and guidance for anyone living and working, receiving services in San Francisco. If that is you, if you're trying to get out of debt, if you're trying to build wealth, if you want to know how to do a budget, if you want to get out of debt, whatever it is you're trying to do, okay, reach out to these smart money coaches. They are helping people in the community build generational wealth. Make sure you have the tools and the information to build your credit, build your wealth. Do it. Reach out to them. It is free, and go take advantage of those services. All right. Also, are both sides of the conversation capacity building fundraiser is happening. As y'all know, I've been in the streets with my cardboard box. This is part of it, okay? We are still looking for support. We're trying to get our location. We're trying to get a number of things so we can impact the community. Go support us. Go donate, support. Giving Tuesday is coming. Make your contribution. Give back. We give back to the people. Give back and help support us as well. We always need that support. Also, both sides of the conversation are still in need of volunteers. Maybe you don't have the money. Like, John, my money's tight. But you can come give back. You can come help. Maybe you have a skill set. Maybe you have a degree in something that's very powerful, impactful, that we can bring to our community. Bring your talents to us. Go click on our website. Join our squad. Come check us out. We need some support. We need some people that can help give back to the community. It's very important. I think that is something in the Black community we have to do more of, okay? We can't just climb the corporate ladders and the educational ladders and forget about our people down here, okay? You got to give back too. Come back and give some of that education and that knowledge and that wealth back to our community. So we're looking for you. If that is you, reach out to us. We would love to sit down and talk with you and see what type of talent you have and bring you on board and be a part of this organization and the work that we're doing to impact community. Also, maybe that's not you. You're like, John, I don't want to give to your GoFundMe. I want to support you another way. Ladies, listen, you can support us on Amazon Smile. Okay, go to Amazon Smile. Click on choose a charitable organization. You could choose both sides of the conversation as your charitable organization. And ladies, every time you shop on Amazon, no extra cost to you, okay? They're not going to charge you. But every time you purchase something, they'll give us 0.5% of your sales to help support our organization. I know you ladies could do it, okay? I know, ladies, you could do it. Just choose both sides of the conversation. Choose both sides of the conversation. You could do it, all right? Because I see the Amazon trucks in every neighborhood, every community. I see them all day dropping off packages, Tony. And I see these ladies, they sneaking out the house, grabbing the packages, running back in the house.
I don't like that you be calling out the ladies because the men be ordering stuff too. Okay.
On, Tony,
you've been
Tony,
saying that every week. And the men be ordering stuff too, just because y'all don't even like going in the store. Let's keep it real now. Y'all rather order it online. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Every time the Amazon trucks come into my neighborhood, okay, I see the ladies sneaking outside. They grab the packages. They look over their shoulders to make sure their husband's not looking. And then they run in the house and hide the packages.
And you sneaking out there to get your packages too.
So ladies, if you don't want me to tell on you, if you don't want me to tell your husband, you better choose both sides of the conversation as one of your charitable organizations. I won't say nothing. I'll keep quiet. I'll see the packages and I won't tell your husband that you just picked up a package, okay? I promise you I won't, all right? But with that being said, for all the new people that's following us, maybe this is your first time checking out both sides of the conversation, go follow us on all of our social media handles. Check us out. We're doing some phenomenal things in the community impact community. There's some phenomenal people in this organization that are doing great things to make impact. We are all over social media. All you have to do is just do at both sides of the conversation. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook, TikTok. We're all over the place. Just look for us, both sides of the conversation, and connect with us. Go to our YouTube, subscribe. So anytime we go live, anytime we in the community, you can see what's going on. Join our Facebook group and page. There's always some crazy good things going on there. Check us out, okay? We all over the place. We ain't stopping. All right. And then with that being said, our next upcoming shows for y'all that may be watching for the first time, our next live show will be this Thursday. We'll have another educational Thursday. We're going to have Gilbert Johnson and a number of folks from the California Safety and Justice. They're going to come on and educate people about some of the Senate bills that's been passed and how they impact community. So I think it's going to be great. And then this Sunday, okay, this Sunday, not next Sunday, this Sunday, all of the men in the community, all of the kings, I need you to sign up, okay? The ladies have requested for the men of the community to come on and talk about what do men want. I was like, what do men want? What kind of question is that? They want to know what we want. So fellas, sign up, reach out. Don't be scared. We're going to tell these women in the community what we want. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about everything, what we want, all right? So I'm looking for some good brothers to come sign up, be a part of this Sunday conversation. And then after we have our Sunday conversation, then the lady's going to come on and tell us what they want. We already know what they want, but listen, we're going to let them tell it anyway. All right. So with that being said, great conversations this Sunday. I'm excited to be a part of this. Pretty Tony's going to be there because, you know, she going to push back on us brothers, but we're going to still have a conversation. What do men want? What do we want? I'm not going to say. I'm going to wait till Sunday. All right. With that being said, I'm going to shut up now. Enough of me. I see y'all in the chat.
You too hype. You too hype, John.
John. We heard enough of you. Get on to the show. We came to see the hidden gems. All right. With that being said, we're going to jump into tonight's hidden gems. Enough of me. I've said enough. I've talked enough. It is time to get into the important people that are here. With that being said, we're going to bring on our first hidden gem, this phenomenal brother. He was here, okay? It started as a Sunday conversation about blackmail and suicide. And then he said, I'm an author. I said, well, why you don't come on our hidden gem show so we can support you? And you know, I'm a man of my word. So he came tonight. We picked up some books. We're going to share this young brother to everybody who missed the Sunday conversation. With that being said, Brother Lloyd, welcome back to Both Sides of the Conversation. Come tell the people what you're doing, your book, all the amazing things that you're doing. Come on, King.
Hey, man, listen, man, I appreciate you inviting me back, man. I'm excited just to be here, educate, motivate, inspire people, man. I try to tell people every day, excuses are reasons to be useless. If you don't want to be useless, stop giving us the same excuses, man. The book is here. I released it in January, the 29th. I had a great book release party. My brand is called Why Now Is Your Time, man. We teach people how to design their life. We teach them how to create their brand, but most importantly, we show them how to leave their legacy, man, because legacy is greater than currency.
Well, Lord, you got to tell the people where you from, where you at. Where did
I'm
you get
from
inspired?
Houston, Texas.
Where did you get inspired from all of this?
Man, listen, man, I'm from Houston, Texas, man. What inspired me, man, just growing up out straight up out the hood, seeing drug dealers. And understanding that, hey, man, listen, I can be a hustler, but I don't want to hustle that way. You know what I'm saying? I want to hustle the right way. So I always hated working for somebody. I always hated rules. So, you know what? I found a way just to start working for myself. So, you know, entrepreneurship is my love. Man, I teach and educate people on how they can just be inspired, man. I mean, I talk to the youth, talk to the older folks. Hey, it don't matter what age you is. It ain't how you start, man. It ain't when you start. It's just getting started to get to where you're trying to go.
Man, definitely very powerful stuff. There's something going on in Houston. I don't know if it's the water. I don't know if it's the sun. I don't know if it's the people. But Houston is turning into the black mega of America for some reason. Everybody's going to Houston. I don't know what's going on in Atlanta. Everybody leaving Atlanta is going to Houston. Everybody from the Bay is going to Houston. I don't know. I'm convinced. I think I need to go to Houston.
Come on.
But you know, just given the changes and the things that's going on in Houston, you know, earlier in the open, we talked about one of the Migo members who were killed. I was talking to some folks today, and they're saying that there's been an increase of gun violence in Houston. As we know, in all major cities, there's a problem with violence, and we talk about rappers and music and the things that's going on. When these young brothers are losing their lives, you know, and the work you're doing to try to help young folks build up their brand and things, you know, how much is it a challenge to remind them to stay focused on the right path and remove themselves from some of the things that they might have been a part of? I mean, it seems to be such a challenge in our community. But how do we use like your book and your motivation to keep our community on point?
Well, like I said, I mean, we talked about it too in the men's group. The men's mental health is we all have blocks that we have to set up. You know, we all have a block. So we all have a piece of the world that we need to set our God-given gift to. So like McDonald's, you see McDonald's everywhere. You know, when people see McDonald's, they usually, you know, the kids say, oh, look at the M, look at the McDonald's, the Golden Arch. So my thing is, wherever you at, you need to try to impact the community, man. People are looking. Listen, I was the kid that I was looking for somebody like me. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for me, but I didn't see me. When I did see me, they was drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? So when they came to the schools and tried to show us the police officer that was white and all that, I wasn't interested in that. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for somebody that can resonate with who I am, what I've been through, to go through the struggle, and to understand that, listen, we all have a purpose here, man. And I'm here to tell people that when you are lined up for your purpose and you understand your dreams, it all starts with your mindset. You know what I'm saying? You have to already see yourself there. My thing, when you look at a GPS, if I tell you I live in Houston and I just give you my address, but if you don't have a GPS, I don't know how long you might find me. It might take you a long time. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to have a mentor. A mentor is nothing but a GPS. He can tell you when to get there, how to get there, how long it's going to take for you to get there. You know, you have to wrap your mind around the things so you can do what you need to do.
But I hear you say like you got to know what it is you want to do, but that's even hard too. Some people just don't know what they good at. Some people just don't know how to find that thing that they're good at. What advice can you give that young person or even an adult that still just don't know what they want to do or what they want to tap into? Because some of us, we accidentally find out what we're good at, you know?
And
So
I
what
think
would be your advice?
Yeah, so I think when it comes to that, I think people need to be really locked into like, what is it that you think that you might love to do? You know what I'm saying? I tell people there's an acronym for money. Money stands for momentarily owned, knowledge sternly yours. Money is just a tool, though. You know, when you understand that you are locked into where you're trying to go, that I tell people that we all have a purpose, but to tap into that purpose, you have to find out what it is that you enjoy doing. All right. And I tell people, we're not talking about a hobby because hobbies don't make money. You know what I'm saying? Hobbies is something that we do on our spare time. You know, and I tell people that write down things that you think that you would like to do and how you can impact your people. Listen, we are here to serve. All right. The Bible basically says your gift make room for you. You know, so the things that you love, the things that you are wrapped into, you can get to where you're trying to go. But I need people to be locked in and writing down and trying new things so they can do the things that they need to do.
And can you talk about like also like when you tapping into something and it is a dream or it is something that you want to do, sometimes you don't get paid for that. You know, how you feel about that?
Okay, so that's true, but this is my biggest thing though. I tell people too all the time, like, listen, you might not get paid for that thing that you love to do, all right, but there's people who's willing to pay you for the things that they don't know how to do, all right. So the things they don't, even if you 2 steps ahead of them, you know, you can charge for whatever it is that you're trying to do. So I tell people all the time that listen, a lot of times when you start off, it starts off as something that you love, but you might not make money right away. But as long as you stay consistency is key. I tell you, write this quote down. There's a quote that I came up with, and it says that being unrealistic is the closest thing to poverty. All right. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. All right. So when you are being unrealistic, that means that I say, man, do you have a vision board? I say, yeah. I say, how long you have that vision board? 2 years. What have you checked off on that vision board? Oh, I only checked off a couple of things. That's being unrealistic. All right. So you need to set goals up in 1 month, 2 month, 3-month increments so that now you can achieve these goals. But the problem is people be having these unrealistic goals. And I like to use this analogy is if I tell you to eat an elephant, all right, you got 24 hours to eat an elephant. And I tell you to eat this elephant, I'm going to give you $1 million. Would you do it? Most people will say yes, but your body can't digest that elephant. All right. So people want success in 24 hours, but they got to be consistent. All right. It takes time to get to where you're going. So, I mean, I don't want to get too.
I want to go back because you said a word that's very triggering to the women in our community. When you talk about serving, I keep telling people we all have to serve somebody. Men have to serve, women have to serve, but we have to serve. I think that's
I was making sure you said men too, because don't just say the women. It's the men and it's the people. It's the people.
Did y'all just see that? See that word is triggering. You see that Tony just jumped. I said
because the first thing you said was no. The first thing you said, rewind the tape, y'all. Rewind the tape. The first thing you said is women. You said the triggering word for women. So
I always have to acknowledge my women. I just have to acknowledge.
Hey, John, let me give you something good though. Listen, I just told a young man the other day. I said the woman that you draft, all right, the woman that you draft on your team, either she can mess the organization up, or she can build the organization. All right, so she might be a flop because you might have picked the wrong woman.
Woo, preach, brother. I don't know.
Or you might have picked the wrong man. You know, I mean, once again,
you see it's both sides happening tonight.
You know,
it's both sides tonight.
You're not about to do this on a Tuesday on November 1st.
We're gonna wait. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the buildup of when we have our males and female relationship conversation. It's going to be intense, community. It's going to be very intense, okay? But we're going to have that conversation. But Lloyd, I think what you said was very powerful. I mean, you know, I tell all people consistency is everything. And sometimes I think I'm like Moses. They say I'm the bishop, but I feel like Moses sometimes. I go through so many things.
Come on.
I don't do vision boards. I don't do none of this writing down stuff, right? I tell people when I speak, I had a lady, she told me, John Henry, I need you to send over your speech before you come speak. I said, lady, I don't write down nothing I speak. If it ain't from the heart, I don't want to speak it. If I can't think it, I don't need to say it. Because when you prepare things, it might not be intended for the people that you're speaking to. I got to feel the energy of the people. I got to feel the room. I got to feel what's going on, the movement. And then I can speak. So I don't prepare things. So I get it. Some people, it might work for you, but for me, I'm a lone range star walker. I just walk into the darkness. And I look up in the sky and I ask my ancestors, give me what you want me to give to the people. And it just comes out of me. That's my talent, y'all.
And that's great that you like that. But it's also good to write things down. It's also still nice to have a visual to see where you was at and how far you've gotten. And also so you can have a checklist. And that's a blessing that you like that, John Henry. Everybody ain't a John Henry. So that's wonderful for you. But you can do it John Henry's way. And you can also do it the other way too. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm one of a million. And again, the work, like you said, is impacted by the people. I always tell people, don't tell me about success. Don't tell me about what you're doing. I'm going to go ask the people. Let the people tell you that you're successful. And that's how I live off the people. If you could walk in a room and everybody say, oh, man, brother, thank you. You impacted people. Okay, you have an impact. But if you walk in a room and everybody walking on the side of you, looking at you funny, giving you the stank eye, are you really serving the people? That's the question I always have to ask. Hey, but, this is about you, the book. I want to get into the book. Because I think it's powerful that you and Latasha's here, authors, okay? Because sometimes Black folks, we get mislabeled, we get misunderstood, or some people think we don't write. And you're a brother, so I got to ask you, like, what were some of those obstacles and challenges trying to put this story together for people to go and read?
Well, I basically took my experience, though. I don't look that old, but I'm kind of old. I'm 42, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't look that old, though. But I basically took my experience and I really just, try to collaborate my thoughts and say, man, how can I impact? When somebody's reading this book, how can this book impact their life? How can it touch their mindset? When they sitting down and they highlighting it and understanding. And right now I'm working on the audio version of it too, because I have learned a lot of people, they want the audio version. So you know what I'm saying? Because they really don't want to read, so which is cool. If you don't want to read, my thing is summarize, highlight, go through things that catch your eye in the book. If you don't want to read the book, just highlight the things that catches your eye, and you will be able to impact other people. So, I just started writing. I started writing a book about 10 years ago. And man, I just said, man, I'm gonna get locked in and just start believing in myself. And I didn't think it was gonna ever be done though, because the amount of time and the amount of structure that it takes to write the book, man, it ain't as easy as people would think. So it's hard. Only 1% of the world ever wrote a book. If you look at all the millions of people, billions of people, it's less than 1% that wrote a book. So, I mean.
Wow, very powerful stuff. But I'm going to take offense to that because I'm one of those people that listen to those audiobooks, okay? But I'm going to tell you why I listen to them. Because I'm always riding around in traffic, and it's like sometimes that's the best time. You turn on the audiobook and you just get through it, right? We got so much traffic here in the Bay Area. You try to go somewhere, it might be 2 hours. In 2 hours, I can get through a whole book. So I'm one of those people. So I'm glad you're doing it. Because a lot of times I get my information. I listen to a lot of different folks while I'm in the car. I'm sitting in traffic, mad, bumping my horn. But I'm listening to some great stuff. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you doing that. And then also, we have people out here with disabilities. So I think that's great that you do it. Everybody can't see. So being able to hear that information. So I just appreciate you being attentive.
And I'm trying to do something different though. Cause I'm an avid reader too though. So, I probably read about 900 books. So I'm a very avid reader. I like to read, but I only read like business books and entrepreneur type books. So that's really the only kind of book. But the thing is, I realized that, listen, like what you listen to on a daily basis, is the source that you plugged into. And so whatever you plugged into is the source that comes back to you. You know what I'm saying? We tell people all the time that the word is now. All right. The acronym for now means no opportunity wasted. All right. You don't want to waste your now. All right. You don't want to waste your time. It's time for you to go get it. It's time for you to wrap around. We only got 168 hours a week. 84,600 seconds a day. What are you doing with your time? Are you wasting it or are you applying it? These are the questions you got to ask yourself, all right?
Now, when you do that audio book, is it gonna be your voice or it's gonna be somebody?
It's gonna be my
that's
voice.
the only thing about them audio books. I want to hear like the real authenticity in your voice, the power, the hurt, the pain. I want to hear that part.
Yes.
That's the only thing I'm be liking about them audio books. So
that's what I don't like either. But what I want to do with my audio book too is as I'm going through expressing it, I'm gonna be adding audio. So like I might say something like, "Why now it's your time?" And you say, "Time. Stop and think for a quick second. I need you." Then I'm saying, "Leaving the book right now." And this is a quick thought, real quick. So right now we outside the book, but here's my thoughts on what I just read you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to give people, the authentic feel of a young Black man. Because I'm telling you something. My thing is too many ideas at the gravesite. You know what I'm saying? So when I leave here, not only do I want my voice to be heard, but I want people to go back and say, "Hey, man, this guy was onto something." So when they go to Why Now Is Your Time on YouTube, Instagram, they see me posting videos, they see me posting podcasts. They like, "Oh man, this guy's really on it." So it's important that you leave your voice.
Lloyd, I don't want to listen to the book you talk about. You feel me? You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm talking about, dog? You feel
Not
me?
like that. Not like that.
I'm just giving.
First of all, that's that Bay language. That's what that is. They don't talk like that in the South.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. But good brother, before we wrap up, to get to our next hidden gem, one, I just want to say congratulations, and we're just honored to have you here. And just for me, being another Black man supporting another Black man, and Tony being a queen supporting kings, this is what this is all about. When we talk about the ecosystem in the Black community, how do we build Black equity? How do we build Black finances? It starts with us supporting each other. We got to get more people to do it. And, I just wanted to make sure that we there to support you on your journey. And we just want to make sure that you get everywhere you need to go, and anything that we could do outside of this to help you, we will. If you have digital events coming up, or if you're doing something in person, you got a digital flyer, shoot it over to us over at our events at bsltc.org so we can help get that out. We got a lot of people down in Houston watching. We got a lot of people in Florida, all over the place. So wherever you're going, just make sure you send it to us so that we can get it out and we can continue to support you, good brother. And again, man, just happy what you're doing. Keep pushing. I always tell people there's many voices in our community, right? There's going to be people you're going to be able to reach. There's going to be people I'm going to be reached. But the whole idea is let's support each other so we reach them all. You know what I mean? So whatever comes your way, King, keep doing it. And we're here to support you. Thank you for giving up your time. I know it's late, but we appreciate you coming in. And as soon as we get those books, I'm going to share those to our young folks up at the Juvenile Hall. And I'll make sure Tony get her copy. Make sure you sign one of them or something.
Sign all of them.
All right, right on.
And it's Toni, not with a Y.
Okay.
Thank you, King.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for being here. If there's any final shout outs you want to give before we close you out, go ahead and shout out your team.
I just tell people, man, listen, man, just get locked into your dreams. It's gonna be a lot of people that doubt you. It ain't about what they think, it's about what you think, man. Make sure you're surrounded by the right people. You know what I'm saying? Guard your mind, guard your ears, and then watch what you say, man. Because the life and death is in the power of your tongue. So every day, man, I just tell myself, and I seen it happen over the last couple of years, like me being job free, me becoming a millionaire, I just seen it. I seen it coming because I keep speaking it. I started guarding my ears. And I started guarding my mind. So wherever I see or whatever I read, I make sure I empowered myself. So I was just telling everybody, man, if you got a dream, believe in yourself. And listen, believe in yourself like you believe in God, and everything else will happen, man.
Wow, very powerful stuff. There you have it, community. A powerful hidden gem. My guy, Lloyd, why now is your time? It's your time. God sent you here to listen to this message. Let's get moving. Let's do this, community. We got some things doing. Hey, Lloyd, thank you again, good brother. Have fun in Houston, Texas. And I got your number now, so I'm going to call you because I'm going to be pulling up.
Call me up.
Texas. I'm going to call you.
Thank you, Lloyd, for coming through. Man. We appreciate you.
No problem, man. Thank you.
All right, good brother. Peace. And I'll be reaching out to you. I'll be in H-Town real soon. H-Town, I'm coming. All right, pulling up. All right, with that being said, community, we're going to jump into our next hidden gem tonight. This sister is also an author. She's doing some things, but you know, I don't know. I got before I bring her up, I told you, I don't know. But I'm gonna bring her up. Miss Latasha Perry, come on up and say hello to the people at both sides of the conversation.
Hello, everybody. Hi. How y'all doing?
We doing.
What's up, Queen? And don't worry about John Henry. Like I told you off stage, I got your back, okay? He come for you, I'm coming for him. We glad to have you here. What's up, Queen? Tell us all about what you do, who you are, all that good stuff.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I am Latasha Perry. I am a realtor, aka realtist. Born and raised in Oakland. Let's see. I am a part of a Black Realtor Association. I'm actually the third VP of that, over the education chair. Let's see. Also, the DEI, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion chair for the quote unquote regular Realtors Association. And I am a first time home specialist, buyer specialist, specifically for our community, African and American community. And yeah, that's it. That's it.
Wow, very powerful stuff. Glad to know that you part of the association. Okay, I know a lot of phenomenal people that's in that association that's doing work in Oakland across the Bay Area. I know Rhea Cotton is a part of that. A number of other folks. What a powerful sister! She's been on our platform educating people about buying houses. There's some phenomenal things happening in Oakland and as well in the Bay Area, and a lot of Black folks are taking a lead. So just to have you here, it's an honor. I know a lot of those real estate folks that are making change in our community. Again, you know, it's just great to have people who look like us that's making sure that our community are buying Black and holding on to our properties in our community. Too many times, gentrification, not having access to ownership is really changing the look and the dynamics of our community. So it's just always great to see and hear from folks like you that can give a different perspective, understanding why so many times folks in our community, the elders pass away, they leave them with the property, they want to sell and move, right? So with that being said, you know, how do you convince the people as a realtor or a realist to keep their property in the community where sometimes it's crime ridden and sometimes it's impacted by other things? How do you convince the young generation to say, hey, hold on to this? The future's looking bright. Things are going to change. You're going to have some opportunity. How do you sell that to somebody in the community that may not know the development, the planning, the changes that are happening?
Well, that's a good question. First and foremost, it has to start with your mindset, right? I could just go back and piggyback into my parents and my parents' parents. They weren't taught to get trust. They weren't taught that, you know, we're going to keep it in the family and we're going to have a family office, if you would say, right? To where we have everything in order. So when I pass away, we're going to have everything set up. So when, you know, once I pass away, the son who's not doing good or the son that's going to sell it first, he's not going to be on the title, right? He's not going to be in that trust or whatever you want to call it. But it's the mindset, and understand that that's how you build generational wealth. It's through the trust, it's through the titles, and it's through the deeds. We were just, you know, the great migration, right? All we knew was to buy, but we didn't know how to buy and hold on to it. And so it starts now. We got to change that narrative. So now that we do know, and once you know, we got to pass that on to our kids. You know what I'm saying? Soon as you buy, you got to get a trust and put everything in a trust, because if something happened to us, we're not going to allow the city or the state to take our property, right? Because of $2,000 worth of taxes that we didn't pay or we couldn't pay, or we didn't even know to pay once it was inherited. So
can you talk about the first home buyer program? How does that really work? Or what's the steps of getting a person to be able to do something like that?
So first-time home buyers, different programs. Basically, it's just goes over the process of being a first-time home buyer. Some of them have grants. They give you a grant for your down payment assistance, but it gives you the knowledge, right? How to get approved, and some of them help you budgeting in order to be able to obtain a mortgage and keep your mortgage. For instance, the NACA program. NACA will give you a realtor, give you a lender, and also help you to where, you know, you're going over your finances. They're getting your credit right. There's multiple first-time home buyer programs, but it's basically just to get you in the right mindset and to make you aware of what's going on in order to buy.
Now, Queen, I gotta push back. This is both sides of the conversation.
I got you.
I'm not gonna let you come here and sell my people this dream without pushing back. Okay,
Absolutely.
I gotta push back. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you, programs like NACA, I'm not so happy about.
Okay, right. Me too.
And I'm gonna tell you why. It takes too long for our people to get ownership. They send them through too many obstacles and loopholes to get home ownership, right? We have people in our community that are working class, blue collar workers, city workers. Okay, they already are paying the rent. They might already have their budgets and things in place, and they just don't have that discretionary fund or the amount of money to put the deposit down or get to that next level, right? That program takes too long. I'm sorry. People come on here and I push back on it. Okay. I don't want a program like NACA in my community. If we're trying to really advance equity, home ownership in our community, those programs don't work for Black folks. All right. And I know I take flack for it. I know people call me like, John. No, I've been through those programs and I don't like their structures. I don't like how they set up. Okay. So what I want, and I told Rhea this when she came on here, I want the Black folks to come with a program so that we can figure out how we can invest, so that our folks that just doing everything right, but they need that down payment assistance, how do we figure out a way to get them empowered so that they can move into home ownership? All right.
Well, that was just an example, right? That's kind of like a go-to name, but you're right. I don't really feel NACA either.
I don't want it to be a go-to name. I'm trying to change that. See, when you talk about changing the narrative, that's what I'm here for. Mm-hmm. I don't want to change the name with the go-to name. I want the real estate, sister, you and Rhea. I want y'all to be the go-to name. How do we build organizations up that can impact our community right now? Okay, that's what we need. A lot of these programs, these first-time home buyers from our city and counties, they don't work. All right. And I'm tired of us selling this dream. Okay. And this is that performative stuff that I don't like. Even here in the city, I'm fighting about how they're giving this money to help our homeowners. If my people can't really own it, it's not true equity. Okay. I don't want this performative stuff in our community where they're saying, hey, we're going to give you an opportunity to be a homeowner, but you can't pass the house to the kids. You can't refinance the house. Like, I mean, come on. We got to get real with this stuff. And this is how our community get pushed out, because we get into these city loans, we get into these governmental programs, and we don't read the fine print. I'm just going to be real. Our people don't always read the fine print. And then when we try to really figure out, when we get up in age and we sit down and slow down because the excitement is over and now we in the house and we say, hey, I'm getting old. I want to give this to my kid. And that fine print says you cannot transfer ownership to your loved one. Right? Or you cannot refinance the house until you pay off all this equity that we gave you. And sometimes that equity is 3-4 times the normal interest rates. Okay. So again, I'm not saying it's an opportunity. It's worked for some people. But when you look at the overall program, I'm not satisfied with NACA being the name in our community.
Yeah, and you know what? That's why they closed down. You know, they was on Broadway, right? By Kaiser. They're no longer there because they're useless. And that's just we're gonna end it there. That was just an example, right, of a first-time home buyer program. But to be honest with you, we are the first-time home buyer programs, the realtors, right? You got to deal with somebody who's going to read that fine print for you, understand the ins and outs, and how to be able to build that legacy so that you can keep it. We got to do that. We can't look for the government. We can't look out for no hands out, because I'm going to tell you, first-time home buyer programs and down payment assistance, those interest rates is a little bit higher than what they should be. So how is that helping us? Okay, that's not helping us at all. They gonna give us the money, but our mortgage is gonna be higher than what it should be. So I'm here with you. And again, it takes a village. And also, you know, to be honest with you, I don't feel nobody should be signing anything if they ain't reading the fine print or don't understand it. And that's where you get the help. And you have someone to hold your hand, to understand, to make you understand, and to reiterate what you signing, right? So I'm totally here for that. And I get exactly what you're saying. But again, it takes us to help us. It takes us to hold our hand. And so speaking of, like, for example, I do have a home buyer workshop coming up. It's called Approvals of Deeds, because it's not your typical workshop. We got to talk about that mindset. You know, you got to do your research. You need to mentally be prepared and focus on what's ahead. This is not, like you said, the bells and whistles once you buy the house and it's like, oh my gosh, like I have this mortgage. Yes, you do. But instead of calling it a mortgage, we're going to call it an investment, paying back ourselves. Because guess what? When you're renting, you're paying someone else's mortgage. So we got to glorify it as though it's not, oh my gosh, it's this big obstacle. You know, I have a mortgage. No, you're paying yourself in an investment. So again, it's the mindset. It's how you think about it, and it's how you approach it. And we already know dealing with our community is just going to be a harder obstacle to do that. But I'm here for the challenge. I'm here for the challenge. It's the reason why I got into real estate. It's my passion is to help my people. And I understood that we at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to home ownership. But if it's a will, it's a way. And all it takes is knowledge to get to our people. When I have a conversation with my friends and family, they don't even know where to start. So we got to start somewhere. And, we got to hold each other's hand as a community, basically.
No, definitely, and I appreciate that. And I don't want you to think that I was jumping on you, but I have to say that because my job as a community leader and the head of this organization is I invite all people to come on my platform, financial literacy folks. But I tell them, don't come in here playing with my people. All right, that's one thing that I always have to let them know because I know the ins and outs. I do my research. And I'm not going to let people come on and take advantage of our community. And I appreciate you being that pillar and really educating our community. I think, home ownership is a process. It is an education that we got to teach people. But we also have to teach them in a way that is not fearful. Right. I hear single women. I hear people in our community saying, "Ooh, I don't want to buy a house." They talking about you got to pay for this. It could cost $10,000. We have to educate our community how to save, how to budget.
Right.
When you got that extra $1,000, don't be running to the mall buying red bottoms. Put that $1,000 up for that emergency fund. So when that PG&E or something go out, you got it. Right. So it's a little bit about, like you said, shifting the mindset, shifting our paradigm. We could do this. We spend so much money as Black folks. We are the biggest consumers.
Right.
Okay. So when I hear people talk about money, I go, hey, we spend more money than anybody. Okay. It's now about how do you take charge of your money, put it in the right places, make sure you put in the right investments. So when the furnace goes out, the air conditioning go out, the washing, whatever goes out, you have that money. And that's really teaching financial literacy. And that's why I think home ownership, home buying programs needs to also have a piece of that financial literacy in there because our folks need to understand. But I appreciate folks like you and Rhea that takes the time to educate our community. Rhea came on here about a year ago and really broke down the contract process, understanding people's rights and what they can do with their for these transactions. And I think we need more of it. I'm going to invite more real estate folks, but I know everybody's busy. But I want to get some more folks to come back on here. There are a lot of folks who are taking that leap in 2023 to buy a house, and we need it. And again, it just takes great people like you that are real, authentic from the community, not preying on our people because there's a lot of poverty pimps in real estate. We just got to keep it real, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people will take advantage of you if you don't know. And again, I appreciate people like you that are willing to come on, be open, be transparent, and willing to answer those questions because we have to have that in our community.
And I think it's a good idea for you to come back and maybe come on our Thursday educational show because even with like the knowledge that you have, like some of us need to know how much money do we need to have in the bank before we even sign off to get a house. Like what kind of credit score do we need? Like what if you're divorced and you're in a process, like do you buy a house then? Like there's so many questions that people have that we need to just be well educated before we even think about even getting in the process of buying a house, But I do want to switch the gears because we got your bio and I didn't even know this about you. I didn't know that you was an author. So you got to talk to us about that part of you as well, girlfriend.
Well, where did you guys get that? Because I'm not an author yet.
Oh, okay.
We be digging deep. Our people be doing some research. We be finding out things.
I was like, I didn't know that about her. Wait a minute. Okay, but she said the key word yet, though. Yet.
Right. Yeah. So no, not yet. It's coming. I just, it's been a lot. I actually been in real estate. Well, my family been in real estate for a long time. My dad is a wholesaler and an investor. And so like as a child, I just loved going with him, looking at homes. And so it's in my blood basically. So yep, but not yet, to be continued.
See, it's in you, not on you. So everything great is coming. It's coming. Well, one other question that I have, just seeing the trends of the economy, you have that inside knowledge, talking to our community tonight, how much of a concern is it with the increase of inflation, the GDP, the house market is changing with interest. How much of an impact is it really going to be from your perspective as an insider? Is it the time? Should we wait? Could you give that perspective or you choose not to
Oh, no. I'm going to tell you my opinion. I can only speak of what I know because I am in these streets. So basically, we are in an inflation, right? The Fed's got to get their money back. So everything has went up. You guys already talked about it. Groceries, gas, they got to get their money back. So in my eyes, you know, and this is regardless if it's an inflation, high interest rates or not, if you could buy, because time is of the essence. The longer you wait, the more time you're going to lose equity. Now, I'm not saying to get in the market and you barely paying your rent. That's never the case, right? But if you can, it's never a bad time and it's never like a good time. Just get in when you can. And again, you know, I'm not saying that because for starters in the Bay Area, starting of COVID, prices have skyrocketed 20-30%, right? Before then, it was already hard to get in. So, you know, 2 incomes is better than 1, but if you could do it, I would highly suggest that you do it. Speaking of, Tony, when you were saying, you know, how can you, one of the things people don't know in terms of down payment, right? You can utilize your 401k. You won't get taxed on it as just if you was just to pull out for no reason. You can use your tax money. You could get a gift. There's ways to get into there. And I know a lot of the hurdle is credit, and that down payment assistance is for our community. So, yeah, I just think if you could get in, get in. If you're approved, you can afford that mortgage. Once you know what that mortgage is going to be, why not?
Now, Latasha,
What about?
I'm listening.
I cannot let you go.
I'm listening. Okay? I'm ready.
I heard something on Sunday, and I'm hearing it again.
Uh-huh.
I just heard you say it takes 2 incomes better than 1.
Two is better than 1.
Okay, so are you telling these independent women they need to slow down and get 2 for 1? I just want to hear you say it.
Well, no, that's not. No, hey, listen, it don't have to be a significant other. It could be your mom. It could be your brother, your cousin, your best friend.
I'm just giving you a hard time. You know these
leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Women out here, they don't need no advice. I thought I heard you say
what? You always trying to turn the wheel. You always trying to turn the wheel. But what I want to know is, like, you know, I hear a lot of people saying like they get approved. You know, they get approved, but then you have 90 days to get a place, and then like you have to get pre-approved again. Like, is that true? And well, if so, like,
yeah, your pre-approval does last 90 days. And the reason why is just because they want to do like make sure your paycheck stubs is still the same. You can get pre-approved and then lose your job next month, right? So that's basically just reiterating that your employment is still in place and you ain't bought no car within that 90 days too, right? Or you were a co-signer. So it's just to kind of just double check your credit and your income basically.
And and that seems like that's impossible to do in the Bay Area. Like if you're a single mom or a single person and you're going up against, you know, thousands of people that's wanting the same property, I mean, what can you do for a person like that? What do you do special where you make sure that someone gets into a home?
Well, I haven't personally to talk about the 90-day like pre-approval. If that has happened, it does not approve them anymore, right? They just update their paycheck stubs. But as of right now, the market is not as hot as it was 2 years ago, a year and a half ago during COVID. It was massive, crazy, right? That's not the case anymore. It's actually, and this is my opinion, a good time for buyers to get in because it's not as competitive. People are not bidding 100K, 50K over asking price.
Okay, and when you say that,
the person bidding with you right now.
And when you say that, because I hear different things about the market, like this is not the best time to buy. This is the best time to buy. Like, where is the person supposed to go to actually see when the best time to buy?
Well, you could just
strictly in our community.
Well, you can look at the home prices, right? You have Realtor.com, you got Redfin, and you got Zillow, right? Mm-hmm. If you research homes, like how long they're sitting on the market, how often are you seeing price drops or price decreases? That'll tell you what's going on in the market. Before, I'm just giving you an example. Last year, things were sitting on the market for a year. Right now, things are sitting on the market 30 plus days, right? So we're actually transitioning from a seller's market into a buyer's market. Sellers are giving credits for people for closing costs and, you know, helping them out to buy down their interest rates. So now you kind of slowly but surely see, and that's because of the feds. Of course, it's called a pullback, right? This is not the bubble has not burst. It's what you call a pullback. But that's how you can tell. Just, you know, take your time. and set up a search alert on Zillow, Realtor.com, or Redfin, and just start seeing what's starting to pop up in your area. Put in your zip code, put in a 2-3 bedroom, and then you'll start to see when something pops up, how long it's sitting on, if it's been a price reduction, and when it's sold.
Now, definitely very important community. When you're trying to buy a house, be intentional. Make sure you do your research. Know where you want to live. Look at that market. See how many houses are moving. A lot of times people just like, I think I want to live here. I think you have to, when you're going in that house market, you got to know where you want to be at. You got to be strategic. If you're looking for schools, whatever your family dynamic is, have all that information and then do that research before you actually get out of there. But the 90-day process, you can get it done if you know where you want to be and you're strategic. Have those 5 or 6 houses that hey, this is my first, second, third, fourth. And if that's the area you want to be in, most times you can lock that in. So, be intentional and make sure you do some planning when you're out there trying to buy a house.
I would just say, when you guys are dealing with a realtor and even a lender, interview a couple of people. First and foremost, if you have a family or a friend, go with them, right? But just vet people out, right? See who has you're good at good entrance in you, right? Good intent. Make sure the communication is right. Make sure they know what they're talking about. Make sure, wherever you buying, they're a local realtor and they know that market. Because you're right, anybody could be a foo-foo realtor and just try to get your money and, get you in a house, but deal with someone who want to see you have the keys, want to see you win, basically.
And definitely have a few $1,000s in your pocket so that you can pay for your inspections, okay? These homeowner inspections are the worst. All right, when you're looking at your plumbing system, your heating system, your air conditioning system, you want to be able to pay a contractor. If that's the house you want to pay them to look to make sure what you're getting is right. Because a lot of times you just get those homeowner inspections. They're like, oh, everything is great. But you want to pay those specific trade folks. And sometimes that costs $300 to $500 to have them come out and do a real system analysis and really check out the conditions of your system so you know exactly what you're getting. And that'll help you with your negotiations to buy your house too. But with that being said, Tony, you got anything else? We got to bring up our last hidden gem. It's getting late. But
no, I just want her to be able to give her shout outs and any last words that she have for the community. And I thank you for coming on the show, and hopefully we can get you back on a Thursday where you can get a whole hour of just educating the community,
Absolutely.
And Natasha, I know you're a hustler, okay? All real estate people, I don't know what you did in your past.
And she's from Oakland too. She's from Oakland, so of course she's a hustler.
I ain't got no choice but to be one. But no, I just want to thank you guys for inviting me on and just giving my 2 cents to the community. And like you said, it's just about educating us and basically holding our hands, because we need hand holding. And yeah, that's it. I just want to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for having this platform for other hidden gems to talk and for us to be a voice right to the community. So I thank you guys.
Thank you as well. Definitely, we're looking forward to nominate somebody. Let all of our Black businesses know they can come on here and promote their businesses, because that's our job, to make sure the community knows. Okay, I don't want all these other folks taking our folks. I want you to see somebody that look like you and feel comfortable and say, Natasha, I'm trying to buy a house. Be real with me. Tell me what I need. All right, give it to me real. So that's our job here, to make sure our community know where these Black businesses are, where these phenomenal folks, these hidden gems in our community that's making impact. And we're just happy to have you here. We're delighted. And I know I get a little jumpy around here, but it's all love. We're just for the people. And I appreciate you, Queen, and anything that we can do to help you. If it's a workshop you're doing, send us over the digital flyer so we can blast it out. Maybe there's some homeowners in our community. It's like, hey, I'm looking for a house, and we can connect them with you or to one of your programs. I mean, that's what we all about here. Just try to make these intersections meet and make sure this information gets to our people. Thank you again for being here tonight. You are no longer hitting. More and more people are going to find out who you are. And I'm gonna just tell you like this. I always say we got some both sides of the conversation juju over here. Because after Rhea was already doing her thing. I ain't gonna never try to say Rhea was already doing her thing, but when she came on, she just went to a whole nother level. I'm like, that both sides of the conversation juju is real. So you get some of that both sides of the conversation juju tonight. We already know you're doing your thing, but hopefully we continue to amplify the work you're doing. We'll make sure that we put you in our contacts. So if we do run into somebody who's looking for home ownership, we'll make sure that we get them out to you good folks and take care of the people.
All right. Thank you, guys.
No problem. Good evening. Good evening.
All right.
All right, community. There you have it. You have the real estate folks. You have the authors, the book folks. We're having a great hidden gem. Now we have our last hidden gem tonight. All right, we're gonna bring up this phenomenal sister. She's a part of the community. She's everywhere. She's always trying to impact community. She's doing an amazing event. She's gonna talk about bring to light to our community some stuff that need to be heard. I know we've had some earlier conversations, but we want to bring up Miss Lynette Mackey from the community, always trying to help the people. She got a phenomenal event coming up that everybody needs to be involved because it's real. But go ahead and talk to the people, Miss Mackey.
Good afternoon or good evening. Thanks for having me on. Kind of nice to be in the spotlight like this. Pretty cool. Anyways, I want to just share something. I had a 12-year-old grandson that committed suicide 1 year ago on November the 26th. The sad part is that I never saw any of suicidal signs. Yeah, he was a kid with trouble kids, no more than normal, or maybe a little more than normal, but nothing ever to make me think suicidal. But he winded up committing suicide. So after that happened, and talking with my daughter and my son, it was my son's son, and we continue to talk about it. I knew that when the 1 year came that I was going to go all out for a celebration, but I wanted that celebration to be of impact. But I didn't know what. I just knew I was going to have this big barbecue. Excuse me. Can you guys? I was going to have this big barbecue, and I wanted the community to come out and have barbecue with me. But as time went on, things started going in the direction of me impacting someone's life through suicide prevention or awareness. So I put the two together. I put my family barbecue that I was treating my family and friends to celebrate with me together with a suicide awareness event. John Henry, I sent you the flyer to your text. Maybe you could share it. I don't know.
I did. I shared it out on all the social media handles. It is out there for the community.
Oh, great. So what I'm looking for in hopes that within the community, what I'm looking for is some sponsors, someone that may want to step in and say, hey, you know what? I personally went through this. I know someone that could use this, and as I've been talking to people, almost every time I talk to someone, they tell me some kind of story of something that happened in their world and how it had affected them. And I could only think on a daily basis that if I would have been doing this before my grandson committed suicide, is it possible we could have saved a life? So with that being said, I'm willing to take the journey to try to save a life, to actually have some resources there that if you're needing to talk to someone or you're needing a direction to go, I'll have pamphlets. I'll have some of the people from suicide prevention there. We have a lot of vendors coming. We're going to have free barbecue. We're going to have some people selling their own personal products. And then we'll have some jumpers for the kids. But most importantly, we'll have knowledge. We'll have information out there. So I'm definitely looking for some volunteers or looking for someone willing to donate to. This would be my very first nonprofit. I came up with Mackey's Corner, and I'm going to push this very far. And John Henry, I thank you for your support.
Oh, no problem. I think it's very powerful, to deal with that type of loss and still have the courage to continue to confront suicide in our community is very, very important. It's very powerful. We just had a conversation about this a couple of weeks ago. The numbers that show what is happening in our community when it comes to suicide is very, very disturbing. So, just want to say thank you for continuing to highlight this issue and this concern of our community to make sure that it is brought to light, that more and more people are checking in with their loved ones, making sure that their mental health is right. And again, it just takes all of us. So I think this event is going to be great. Community folks, come out and support, be a part of this. We try to bring change and healing and understanding to our community. And it takes events like this. It takes supporting each other so that we can tap in and connect with our young people to find out what's going on. I always say we have to connect before we correct. All right. We have to connect with our young people. And there are hurts. There are silent cries. in these times that we are living, as we get close to these holidays, it gets stressful. It gets triggering. We don't know what folks are going through. We need that support from community and community folks. So again, thank you for putting together this interview. We're going to do our part to help support and community. Go out there. This suicide thing in our community is real. We don't want another life taken. If we can have a conversation with them and really get them the support and the help that they need. So Lynette, thank you. But Tony, I know you got some questions you want to put in there. Go ahead and jump in, Queen.
Yeah, I just want to say sorry for your loss and congratulations at the same time for, doing this nonprofit and recognizing your grandson as well as helping community, because that's what we need. And I'm gonna definitely try to be there at your event. And if anything that we can do to help you, we definitely have your back, and we'll be there to help you. But if you could tell anyone, just one thing to look out for. I mean, I know you said you didn't know that this was coming, or you didn't see the signs or anything. Like, looking back now, what was something that you think that you could have, like, maybe looked out for?
So I'm glad you said that, because in reality, now that I can look back at it, it does not have to be the sign of harming yourself. It could be the sign of just a troubled kid. He was a troubled kid. He was one. I mean, I have a lot of grandkids. I love them to death, but he was one of those kids that I would always say, "Come with your mom or come with your dad." Excuse me, 1 second. Can you stop, please? I'm sorry. I'm raising another set of kids right now, so bear with me. But yeah. So one thing, when I look back at it, I can say, you know what? All of those things that I said, he get in trouble with. That. Excuse me. All of those things, all of those times that he was getting in trouble, it may have been something going on in his mind at that time, and we just didn't think past that. So I always tell somebody now, when I talk about it a lot of times, and I tell you, I say, it's not just the things that you can see, it's the things you can't see. And when you notice a pattern, that pattern may mean something, good or bad. Good or bad. But I just know that I've talked to a lot of people, though, and a lot of people that I've talked to have said that they think that this is something that they wish had already been here for their loved one that they lost. So, I do a lot of community events. I try to go to all, support everybody, everything. And I was at one, and I was saying, wow, we have a lot of fun, eat good and laugh and talk. We could be spreading some good words at some of these, and then it just went on away and came back again, but it kept coming back, But I will say, final thought, after you've had your turkey, this event is on November the 26th at Hamilton Park, 1900 Gary. So after you've had your turkey on Thanksgiving, you did your Black Friday shopping on Friday, please come and have some free food and get some knowledge and help save a life, because that's all we do when we get together and we're able to talk about it and see if somebody could need an ear. Thank you.
Wow, very powerful stuff. We're going to do our part to get out there. I'll make sure I get this on my calendar. Thank you for being a pillar of the community, uplifting, and you do support everybody. I see you at all of the events, supporting everybody. I see you with the babies in the background. This is both sides of the conversation is real. Can't have an interview without the kids. The kids got to make. Right. But no, definitely, we appreciate you. This event is real. This is very important to our community. Sometimes in the Black community, when we talk about mental health, when we talk about some of the things that impact us on that level, we don't want to have those conversations. So again, just great to have you highlighting it, bringing it to the forefront. I'm sure some families out there, some young people that might need to hear that message is going to get some great information from this event. And that's what it's all about. Anytime we have an event, how do we impact people? How do we make sure when they leave, a sign is there? We understand something different that we didn't understand, so that we are protecting our young folks and we are protecting the people in our community. With that being said, thank you, Lynette, for continuing to do what you do. And again, our condolences. We're going to keep uplifting it. We're going to never let that ride in our community. When someone's hurt, we can't suffer in silence no more. We have to open up. And we just appreciate you being vulnerable, talking about your story, and just letting community know how important this topic and this conversation is to our people.
Thank you so much.
All right, Tony, you got any final questions?
I don't. Thank you so much for coming on this platform tonight, and we will see you soon.
Okay,
sure.
We'll see you. I'm sure. I hope I see some of you, especially some of the people that reached on this conversation.
And I seen you on Friday moving. You was moving fast at that event. You had the babies on your hip, and you was moving and talking and doing all kind of stuff. So I seen you in the community.
That's my life.
I love it.
See me and they see me with the babies, but this is who I am today. So but thank you so much for having me on. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much, Lynette. We'll be seeing you soon. And we appreciate you being here. Continue to uplift suicide awareness. Continue to uplift mental health in our community. It's very important and very much needed.
Thank you.
All right, community. With that being said, okay, it is that time of the day, the benediction. First, I'm going to let Tony just say whatever she wants to say, but I'm going to give the benediction tonight so that we can close out on an uplifting note. But Tony, do you want to say something to the community before we leave tonight?
I just want to say thank you always, John Henry, for this platform, for doing this for us, doing this for community, giving people a voice to be able to express whatever they need to express from their perspective. You can't get this from everywhere. And like you said, everybody don't always like Black media. And this is our Black media. So you being the CEO, having this platform for us, I appreciate that. I appreciate all angles of it. And just like the brother said earlier from Houston, like the time is now. The time is now to get started with whatever it is that your passion is, your dream is, or whatever it is that you hunger for. And again, like I said, like sometimes you accidentally fall into whatever it is that your calling is. So just do it. Just do it. Just do it now. You have time. You don't have time, but you have time. I love you, community. Follow me on all social medias. People always asking me what my social media is, so I put it up here on the screen tonight for you. And again, thank you, John Henry. Thank you to my Both Sides of the Conversation family. While I was out, I got so many prayers and calls, and they were sending me food and just checking on me. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate community standing up and showing up for me. So thank you. And always, like I say, keep ascending, community. We got your back.
Man, most definitely. Thank you for all you do, community. And just thank you, Tony, for being here. And I just want to say this publicly. I have the utmost respect for the work you do, your commitment, the stuff you do for your family. Very tremendous. Your story is so powerful. You continue to impact not only the community here, but the community and the folks that you interact with every day. The talents that God have embraced you with. It's just a beautiful thing that you're able to tap into those talents and give back to our community. So just thank you for being here. You are a strong, powerful, resilient queen. And I'm always honored to walk on the side of you, to be here on the side of you, to walk in community on the side of you, because it ain't no party without pretty Tony there. And you bring the energy, the love, and just the compassion and humility that you have. And I just love working with you. I just want you to know that we appreciate you. And we're going to walk through this journey with you to the end. And just know that I'm here. Anything I can do to help, support, I'm going to do, because you just great people and you always show up for community. So appreciate you. With that being said, community, I know they like, do we got to hear John again? Yes, it's that time. It's the benediction. The pastor is here. I'm wiping my face down. I got to give the benediction tonight. The community is like, John, we cannot let you go without giving a benediction. It's just so great to hear the benediction. So with that being said, I'm going to give the benediction to the community, okay? Y'all got to hear from the pastor. I'm going to pass the plate after, okay? I'll pass the plate after. But I'm going to start off like this. The time is now. You heard from the good brother Lloyd, who appeared here earlier. There's no more time to wait. As community, we have to start stepping. We have to make action. Action is what needs to take place. We've been thinking, we've been processing. We know a lot about our history. We know the struggles. We know the things that we've been through. But now is the opportunity to move forward. Moving forward means stepping. That is action. Now's the time. As the time is, there's change. The months are changing. The time is changing. We're going from summer to fall, fall to winter. Things are happening. You can't stand still. You have to move. We have to continue to work together in solidarity to build this ecosystem of Black entrepreneurs, Black businesses, Black financial wealth. It takes us all to do this, but it starts with you. Why not now? Let's do it. You got ideals, you have talents. Bring it to the forefront. Let's show the community a skill set, the thinking and art, the things that we have that we can impact our community. It is much needed now as times are getting harder. We need opportunities, things to open up doors. Keep knocking, community. Don't stop. Keep knocking. The opportunity might be yours. You might be close to making the next move that you want to do in your life. Maybe that's buying a house. You heard from the realist, the real estate. You heard from her. She told you, reach out to her. If you are looking to buy a home, we have somebody here who looks like you that can walk you through the process. Make sure that you are not doing the things that you should not be doing. That's what it's all about. She said, I'll lend a hand. I will walk you through the process. Don't be afraid. Don't live in fear anymore. You have an opportunity to connect with somebody who's going to get you through that process. This year, like Tony said, we're going to extend. We're going to get through this year and into next year, doing great things, moving our community forward. It starts with you. If that is you and you're looking to purchase, buy, do something, reach out to the queen. Make sure that you're tapping in and finding out all the ins and outs before you make that purchase. It is a great investment that you're going to be doing when you buy a home. So make sure you connect with the right people to put you on the right pathway. Also, at the end of the show, you heard the power story of Miss Lynette Mackey talking about the importance of the awareness of suicide, the loss of her grandson. What a tragic event. Why would we allow this happen to anyone else in our community? Do your part. Let's advocate. Let's uplift and highlight these type of stories in our community so that the next family doesn't have the story. It starts with small events to larger events. It starts with community conversation. It starts with us all engaging, being open and honest. Don't just walk around and say, I'm feeling good when somebody asks you, how you doing today? Maybe today you're feeling sad. Maybe today has been a rough day. Or maybe you had a day like me where you're sitting in the community and you're asking for money and people are throwing water and juices at you. And you're just saying, I'm just out here trying to support my young people. I just need some support in my community. Y'all don't know how I was feeling today. Did you check in on me? Did you say, hey, I'm not going to judge you for being out here asking for some help. How can I help you? Be a part of the solution, not the problem, community. There's a lot of work that we need to do in our community. It starts with us all. We all have to engage. We all have to work together. Solidarity means we're coming together for all issues, 365 days a year. We will continue to do that. We are here at both sides of the conversation to uplift the voices of the people. When we talk about changing the narrative, the three amazing hidden gems that you see tonight are changing the narrative. This is what this looks like. Okay, when we talk about the support that is needed to fund the things, to make change in our community, we have phenomenal folks like the Dream Keepers initiative that is making impact in our community. There are people like Collective Impact that are impacting the people. You have people like Mo Magic that is bringing magic to our community. You have B Magic that is bringing magic to our community. You have YCD that is bringing magic to our community. There is a number of community folks that are doing things to impact our community. You find somebody that inspire you. You find an organization that you like. Be a help. Reach out to them. You heard the brother earlier say serve. Be a service to the people. Everything that we love, he said, you might not get paid for. But if you have compassion, ability, and grace, and you give and you serve, you will be blessed. That's just how it works. Shout out to the folks at ACN, the Homeless Children Network, for continuing to make sure that our community young folks are okay. Shout out to all of the amazing people that continue to step in progress, even in the midst of obstacles and challenges. That's what it's all about. This is the benediction, y'all. This is what it's all about. Wrapping up a great evening. The power of Miss Tony is back. Y'all feel the presence of Tony. Do you hear the story? The pain, the grief, the understanding, the movement. She's resilient. You can too. Do your part, and we're going to continue to do our part here at both sides of the conversation. Love on somebody today. Call somebody. Check in. Make sure that they're doing okay. You never know what they're going through. That phone call, that voice, that smile, that laugh, that 5-minute conversation might change the thought process of for somebody that's going through something that you might don't even know. That's the power of being open. With that being said, community, thank you for tuning in tonight. What another amazing Hidden Gem segment tonight. We will continue to highlight our Black and brown businesses. We will continue to uplift those community organizations. We will continue to uplift those folks in our community that are doing positive things to impact our community. With that being said, have a great evening, community. Be safe. Our next live show is this Thursday, as we will continue to intentionally educate our community by bringing the right folks on here to give you the sauce, the game, the information that you need to apply to your life. And this Sunday, fellas, where you at? The Man Cave Conversation is here. All of my kings out there. Before I leave tonight, tap in with me. Make sure y'all come on here. Pretty Tony gonna be here. We gonna hold Pretty Tony to the fire. But listen, y'all, this is a great conversation. We want to hear all sides of the conversation. We're going to hear from the men first. We're going to hear from the ladies. And then we're going to bring everybody together. We're going to talk about what's going on, what men want, what women want, why we can't want together, why we can't figure out this confusion in our community. I heard her say it tonight. It takes two. It's better than two. Y'all got to find that two, okay? Because that independent model is not working. The hot girl summers is turning cold now. I don't know what's going on. But ladies, tune in this Sunday. You're going to hear from the kings. They're going to tell you what they want. I hope you're taking notes. I hope y'all taking notes because it's going to be a great conversation. All right, Tony. With that being said, we love y'all all.
Pray for him, community. Pray for him. Please, Lord, pray for him.
Please pray for me in community. When you see me out there with my cardboard box tomorrow, don't be throwing soda at me. That's not nice. Have a good evening, everybody. We love y'all. We'll see y'all Thursday. Blessings and peace to everybody.